Right, the cross-examination of a forensic investigator who was called to the scene of the Senzo Meyiwa murder continues today. Sergeant Thabo Mosia, the first state witness, is still undergoing that cross-examination by the defense. Let's go to Zandile Mshololo to find out from her why we've taken this short break. Sli, in terms of the judge deciding that Mosia needed an interpreter, explain to us why the judge felt this was important.
So, of course, we've seen the resumption of cross-examination here in the North Gauteng High Court by the lawyer for accused number 5, that's Advocate Zandile Mshololo. She began her cross-examination around midday yesterday, and she has been going into a lot of the detail around how Sergeant Thabo Mosia conducted his forensic investigation, because in terms of her line of questioning, she is alluding to the fact that there was no forensic investigation that actually took place by Sergeant Mosia. He was barely at the scene for an extended period of time, and she's brought into question a number of the issues in the manner in which evidence was collected. For one, he only took about 8 pictures of the crime scene, and he was actually led essentially by the first officer that was on the scene, that is at the time Brigadier Johan Ndlovu. We know that Brigadier Johan Ndlovu has actually just recently passed away, and a statement by the National Prosecuting Authority says that he wasn't a key witness, and in fact they didn't collect any kind of affidavit or statement from him. So what we're seeing in terms of this cross-examination by Mshololo is that she's having to clarify or repeat many of her questions. At times Mosia seems to be struggling with the language perhaps, or understanding Mshololo, and so what the judge then suggested was that we get him an interpreter who can translate the questions so that he can possibly better understand what is being asked of him, because he's seeming to be taking a long time and asking for the questions to be repeated. But at this point, what has come out is that he has now conceded to the fact that he is not in possession of the actual original copy of the CD that has the pictures that he took of the crime scene, those 8 pictures. What he has told the court is that after they were placed inside a computer and downloaded onto a disk, that particular disk seems to have been booked out by someone in the national office, and he is no longer in possession of it. He says, though, that it was booked out in a correct manner, that the procedure was followed, but at this point he can't tell us where that CD is.
That's quite interesting, actually. A lot of people I saw on social media feeling that Advocate Mshololo is performing quite well. But in terms of the glass jars, Sli, with those 8 pictures, Mshololo is going into some crucial evidence that was found behind glass jars that were not taken during his first visit to the crime scene. Just remind us again, what evidence is this? Why was it so important for him to get that picture?
So Mosia has told the court that, one, the officer who was first on the scene, Brigadier Ndlovu, pointed out to him where he should be taking the pictures. After taking pictures, he subsequently... All right, Masiko, I'm going to have to go.
I'll leave you there.
The judge is about to walk in.
All right, and on that note, actually, let's stay live in the High Court in Pretoria, where Zandile Mshololo has to, of course, also take a seat. The judge is back. I think they have found an interpreter. Let's listen in.